Welcome back, people, to basically somebody asked me not long ago to do A to Z of Spencerian, capital case and lowercase. So I thought, yeah, why not do that then? Why not? You know what, I can do Spencerian after doing this workbook, and there it all is. Yes, the A's a bit different. I think that might be a Palmer capital A, but I will do the Spencerian A. Don't worry about that, it's the capital. But I'll put that out of the way so you don't see this anymore. So I see that, but you don't. That's great. I can see it. All my teachings of Spencerian handwriting and everything else above and below it is inside this workbook. I advocate this book highly. If you want to get this, it's in the description. Go get that link. I'll get a small commission if you buy it. This will put you through all the drills to drill it into your hand. It will also test your ability to write. It will teach you how to write, and by the end of it, you'll be writing in Spencerian. So I advocate this book very highly. There's some jargon in there that even there's a lot of reading to do at the beginning of the book. A lot of reading, but very worth doing. You know what I mean? Read it all back to back and then start the workbook. I think it took me about 30 days, something like that, or more. It goes through all the different terminologies and bits and bobs. So it's a great book. I aren't doing a review of this book again, or this workbook. Just go get it. It will teach you everything you need to know about Spencerian, and it will be a good thing for you to do at any age. So I think any age could pick this book up. From the age of, say, I think I'm going to go 10, age 10 upwards. Anybody can pick this book up and just have a go at it. Look how beautiful it looks, people. It took, in total, where's that biro? There it is. It took 3 of these biros to complete. 3 of these complete. I've never used so many biros. Either way, let's put that away. That's enough for talking about the book that taught me how to do Spencerian. Let me get a piece of paper. This is for my benefit, really. What I've been doing is, in some cases, I've been neglecting my Spencerian when it comes to doing everyday writing. I'm thinking, again, I've slipped back into my mode. I should concentrate when using a pen, when I'm writing on a calendar, a sticky note or something, and actually not just practice and learn how to do this stuff, but actually practice it in everyday items and everyday things. And I did do that when I got back, so I've been neglecting that side of it. Let's bring that down. Let's see if I can move my pen a little up then. Let's try that. Maybe zoom in a little bit. That's better, as long as you can see it. So I'm not going to title this. I'm just going to get stuck straight in. I think the first thing you need to master in Spencerian are 2 things, right? 2 things. Is the upstroke, which is something like that, yeah? I'm rusty. Yeah, that's an upstroke. And then you've also got the overstroke, okay? So there's the understroke where we're going under. And then we have the overstroke where you do this. You come over to the bowl or the curve that you want to create, okay? You're coming over to it. That's the overstroke and the understroke. You master those 2 strokes in Spencerian and you're good to go. So let's do the capital A first, because that's what we're doing, A and then the A. So you're going to start with one of these principles, which you're going to come down. You're going to bring it in and just stop. You're going to come down straight and out. And that's probably a little bit closer then. Can we zoom in a bit more? That is the capital A. Now, the lowercase a, the upstroke, okay? We come like this, we come over, we form an oval, we come down, and then we're back out to do the next one. And that's the uppercase and lowercase a. Let's do the uppercase B. We're going to start at the top. We're going to come down. We're going to come around. Let's have a look. Yes, we're going to form a little loop. We're going to come down, and then that comes in, and that's the Spencerian capital B. Now we're going to go this upstroke now, which is the understroke, and to form a loop for the lowercase b. So understroke to the top of the line, come back, we're going to loop and out, and that's the uppercase and lowercase b. The uppercase C starts at the top of the line, or this, I'm going on the basis this is what I'm doing. I'm keeping everything roughly, or the height of most of these letters, to the center of this line. I'm being a bit cheeky in the sense of not setting out any guides. I'm being fast and fluid with it. Okay, so that's how you do a Spencerian B, A and B. Let's go for the C. You're going to form a little loop here, and you come around and out, and that's why you could do it again. You could make it a bit more oval, that one. So you come over, oval, and out. I think you're good to go with those two. You know what I mean? This one's always had me going the lowercase c, but it is an understroke. Then you sort of come back on yourself and form a little head. I can never get this one, but I'll give it a go. And that's the lowercase c-ish. Okay, ish. You're forming like a little head, you come back on yourself, and that's the lowercase c. I'm not very good at that. Then we have the uppercase D. We're going to come down, we're going to form this, we're going to come back around on ourselves, we're going to come down the shank but not touch it, and that's the Spencerian D, capital. We're going to go on the overstroke for the lowercase d. We come up, we're going to come down and out. As you'll notice, all the lowercase ones, out, 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 out. In other words, they're all ready for the next letter out. Do you know what I mean? The E, capital E, is a hard one to get right, but you can do it. Here we go. Right, okay, we're going to form a little loop at the top. Okay, a little loop. We're going to come down. We're going to come back on ourselves, and then this guy comes in like that, sort of like that. Okay, let's try one more time. A little loop. We're going to come down, we're going to come back on ourselves and in. That's the capital E. Now the lowercase e is very simple. Understroke, come out and out. That's a nice Spencerian E. Now we'll look at the F. The F starts with a little loop at the top, like a lead-in stroke. Yes, so it goes like this. Little loop, and it comes over. And then we do like I think it's the 7th principle. We come down, we come over, we come in, and we do that. And that's the lowercase f. Okay, not quite there. Let's try again. No, I don't mind doing it again. Okay, we're going to start it here this time. Bring it down. That's more like it there. That is the F for Spencerian. Now the lowercase f, it's got two loops. You're going to come from the understroke and you come down. Does it go over? No, it comes up. When you come up to that join and then out. And that's the lowercase f. Uppercase G. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. That's right, yeah, okay. So you're going to come up, you're going to come round, you come up, and you bring it back. And that's the capital G. Then the lowercase g is you go over stroke, form an oval, come down, and then you're out. And that's the lowercase g. Then we'll have a look at the uppercase H. That starts with this principle for some reason. Yes, it does. So we're going to have an upstroke. We're going to come back on ourselves and form that principle. And then for some reason it goes from the top down like that. That like space, and then same with the A, we're going to just curve it out, and that'll give you your capital H. Now the lowercase h again starts with that understroke up to the top, and you do this and out, and that's the lowercase h. Now we'll have a capital I. I don't agree with this because it doesn't look like a bloody I, but we'll do a capital Spencerian I, if I can do one correctly anyway. Bit of light, there. That is a I, capital I. Lowercase I, nice and simple, and out, form that. Then we'll have a look at the uppercase J. Very similar to the I, but this time round it goes below the line. So it goes up, it comes back, and then this guy comes through, and that's the uppercase J. Doesn't even look like a bloody J. Now the lowercase J does. So it does this, it comes down, it comes back, and you do that. But if you're writing letters, you dot your T, you dot your I's, you dot your J's, you cross your T's, you cross your X's after you've written the word. So don't worry about that bit. Now let's have a look at the next one. K, capital K. Again, very similar to the H, yeah, that starting point. So we'll do the same thing again. Up to the line, come back, do this. But then the case does this. If you can see that on camera, this one's always been a funny one for me, but it's easy as well. So you start like this, you come down to this, form a little loop, you form a little thing and you're out. And that's, if you come down, form a loop and out. And then the lowercase k is, have a look, yeah, that's it. You come up, you come down, you come back up the shank, and you're out. That's my Spencerian K anyway. Then we'll have a look at the uppercase L. Again, that's going to start with this guy. Yes. Then we form this and out. Yeah. Then the lowercase L, very similar. You come up from an upstroke and out. That's it. That's your lowercase L. Uppercase M is down here and form this move again. You'll see that move again and again in Spencerian capitals anyway. And then for some reason you do this. And that is a capital M. And then we have the lowercase m. We're going to go on the overstroke this time. We're going to leave a little bit of room, yeah, all the way to the bottom. And that is a Spencerian lowercase m. Hopefully you can see this all out on camera. Then we'll have a look at the capital N. Again, we're going to do that move. Oh, look, we've seen that move before, haven't we? And then this guy comes down, and then it sort of does this move. And that's the Spencerian N, capital. Then we'll do the lowercase. Again, we're going to go on the overstroke. So overstroke it. I mean, that's the N. I think we've got one more move. Yeah, put the O here. That's fine. Now, there is no upstroke or overstroke to the capital O. It's just get to the top of the line, come around, form a nice big oval, but then bring that in. And that, to me, is the Spencerian O. The lowercase o is over, out, circle, and out. That's a Spencerian O. Very simple and easy to get around that one. Jeesh, I'm going to have a little swig of my coffee, mate. Whew. Now what on now? The capital P. Okay then, capital P. Start at the top of the line. Stop shaking. Stop shaking. Thank you. I tapped it. Right then. Bring it to the top. Bring it round. Bring it all the way round and start stopping there. And that's the capital P. Now this one is controversial, whether you want to leave a big head or not. But we're going to start with the upstroke. We're going to come down. We're going to lift our pen. We're going to come back up. We're going to start here and out. You are meant to leave a nice big head there like that. And that's a Spencerian P. Okay. Now the Q. Where do we start that then? That's it. We're going to start here with the one of the principles. So we're going to start here with the principle. We're going to come down and loop and out, and that's the capital Q. Doesn't even look like a Q, but Oh well. Now the lowercase q, we go on the overstroke to it. We're going to come up. We're going to come down like a G, but you're going to come back at the side and come out. Now if you remember the G here, it went over, same as this one, but it curved inwards, where this one curves outwards and back out, ready for the next letter. So it's a funny one. Now here's the one that will probably test your abilities, because it tested your bloody mind. Let's go capital R first. So the R starts very similar to the one of the other ones, and it did the P. So it starts here. We're going to curve around. You've seen this before, but little loop down and out, and that's a Spencerian R. Okay. Now this is going to be a tough one to describe to you, because even I can't bloody describe it. But we start with an upstroke. There it is, and it sort of does. You come down a little bit, and then you curve and out. Try again. Even I can't do it right. That's more like it there. There it is. There it is. You've got like a little line. You have to come back a bit and then curve it. That's a funny one. Or I think there's a Palmer R you can do if you want to replace that, and it should be fine. I think it's this. You come up, you form a little loop and out. Hang on. Not that. There is a loop. You come down, you form a little loop and out. Something like that, and that's classed as a small R. But that's the Spencerian R. I can see it. That's a Spencerian lowercase r. It's a funny one. You're going to have to research that one for yourselves, because I don't explain it right. The book does, okay? The book's, that there is my nemesis. Of all the letters, that is my nemesis. But it sort of does this. Can you see that? There's an upstroke. You sort of do this, a little line down, and then with one swoop, you do that. And that's a Spencerian R. Okay, let's move on. Let's do a Spencerian capital S, capital. So you're going to come up from the upstroke, you're going to come down, you're going to form this, and that's a Spencerian S. Again, the lowercase, for the lowercase s, it's this, and then it's we come back and out, and that is a lowercase s. Very simple. Now remember that F shape up there, not this one of course, but this one, where we start with this like a little loop at the top. We're going to do that, but then for the capital T we just do this, and we stop it at the line. That's a capital T. Thanks very much. Probably again, probably not that far across, so I'm going to do it again. That's a capital T, and then we'll have a lowercase t, which is basically all the way to the top of the line this time, and then put that in. That's a lowercase t, nice and easy. The uppercase U is a big bowl like this, yeah. We're going to come up to the top of the line and out, and that's your Spencerian capital U. Then we have a lowercase u, which is very similar to the upturned N. Then we'll have a V. Again, people have asked about V's. So do again this, but then it sort of curves and goes over like that. Do it again for you people. You go over, you come down, you curve, and you're over. It's a funny one. It's a real funny one. That is the V. Now the lowercase v, it sort of does this. It comes down again. It curves, but then it sort of goes like this and out. Do it again. It comes down. Oh, that's it. Did that wrong. It comes down and out, and that there is the V. There it is. You can see that I'm rusty. This is why I need to practice. The letters that I'm suffering from are definitely the R. I'm suffering from the V. I think I'm suffering from the capital Q. Definitely. I think I'm suffering from the capital E. definitely, because I had to redo that one. I'm suffering from the capital F. You can see that I'm suffering from that one. The lowercase c, I'm suffering from that one. Yeah, it's not perfect, but they're still good. Either way, let's move on to the W, which has got, that's it. So you do this shape again. You come up, you come down, and then you go over. Okay, then we'll have the lowercase w. Can you see? We do this, we come up, and we're out. That's the lowercase w. Now the X, we do this move again. You've seen that before, okay? But then we start with this guy that goes around, and that is the X, the capital X. Now the lowercase x's, you come down, yeah, and out, and then just do that. And that is your lowercase x. Then we'll do the Y, which is over, come up to the top, leave that gap, okay? And that is your uppercase Y. Your lowercase y is an overstroke, come up, leave a gap, keep it tight and out. Very nice. Capital Z. Now this one's a funny one. You're going to start with this one. You're going to come down, can you see? A little loop, and then you're going to do it again, out. And that's your capital Z. Looks nothing like a Z. That's why I've always said anyway. The lowercase z is a lowercase here. Can you see it's a bit smaller? It's not the same height as this one. It's a little bit smaller. If I was on guided paper, you'd see it. I think I'm suffering from capital Y, you know. I think I'm suffering from an X. There's a lot of practice. I think I'm happy with my Zs. And everything has to be at a degree of, I think it's 50, 51 or 52. I think it is something like that. So I think it's 50. Is it 50? Or is it 45? Might be 52 actually. It might be 52 degrees. Everything's got to be 52 degrees. Everything has. But that's it, people. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. You might have questions. But yeah, I think I've got a lot of work to do, practice. And I must put this into more practice sessions in the sense of adding it into like sticky notes or stick it onto notes if I'm writing out anything other than an application for jobs or doctors or, you know, hospital. I'll probably do my normal handwriting and probably print style, do you know what I mean? Because it calls for it. But you master the understroke and the understroke and the overstroke. You can essentially do all of them. Yes, as you'll see in the F, you'll see in the A, you'll see in the T, you'll see it in the R and the P, you'll see it in the K, you'll see it in these ones where they've got this massive bowl shape. This bowl, that's just that there's a principle. That's a principle. Even that's a principle. This is a principle. Okay, this is a principle, and that is a principle. All of these are principles, yeah, that are part of creating this handwriting. And once you get used to doing it, people, it gets a bit easier. Yes, I've been a bit flustered with this bloody R, but I've always been flustered with the R. It's crazy, man. The R is my nemesis of all of them, and I keep forgetting how to bloody do it. But once I get back into doing it, it will start to becoming second nature in my hand. So hopefully, people, you've enjoyed this, and I've taught you something about Spencerian, and you want to give it a go. You want to try it for yourself and get an actual professional to teach you how to do it. Get this book here. I love Spencerian, absolutely adore it, and it was because of copperplate and learning copperplate script that when I started researching copperplate, this name came up. Then I saw this workbook. Then I spent virtually just over a month grinding on it to create words that look like that. It's just gorgeous, people, when you start looking at your work. Do you know what I mean? So when you get used to doing, you've done this book, then you can say, yeah, okay, I've got Spencerian in my hand, but I need a lot more practice on. I have just done. I wanted a refresher, have a look at the letters I'm suffering from, and I'll be practicing these later on, definitely. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to get that workbook, go get it. It's 10 out of 10 for me. It's in the description. Go get it. It's gorgeous. It will teach you everything about Spencerian handwriting, and I think your handwriting will go from, say, I think I'm more like a 3. You'll go from a 3 up to a 7. Not quite 10, but that's me being realistic. I'm giving myself a 7. You know what I mean? I want to get to 10, but I aren't quite there yet. So yeah, I've got a lot more work to do to get to that 10 mark. Do you know what I mean? So thanks for watching, guys, and I look forward to any questions and any likes you've got. So thanks, guys. Bye now.